I've done this earlier on. I literally done this earlier on. I forgot to start. I did everything, and I forgot to press on go live. But unlike this time, what I did last time, I actually went into the show. I started playing the sort of like the video that I want to play in that. It's so funny. And I looked up, I thought, huh? Do you know what I mean? We're here, we're here. Listen, thank you for coming, guys. Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another stream of mine, second stream of today, where we're gonna preview the Man United game on Sunday. And I got my best friend in the building, Man United fan, true Man United fan, I may say. Knows our football. I won't say that. She knows our football. I've got Massie in the building. Massie, welcome to you, love. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you, Rodz. How are you doing? And before anyone asks, I love sporting as well because I got a sporting top on. I
Yeah,
dirted my Man United top before the game, so I haven't got the. So yeah, I've got a sporting top on. So if anyone gets confused, but I'm
nice.
very well. Thanks for having me on.
No problem. It's all good. I know because I think that the thing about you, your knowledge on the day of football is good. You, as I say, if people don't know, she also does women's football as well on our channel, and she also does the Portuguese football on our channel as well. There's a lot of things that she knows about Portuguese football. I get my knowledge from her about Portuguese football. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, it's all good. It's all good right there. Right. So, actually, please like and subscribe to the channel. Like and subscribe to the channel. It helps me bring you daily content like this. Okay. Big game on Sunday. Liverpool and Man United. Now, what it was in the last season, I remember it was us that wasn't in good form. We couldn't, we couldn't buy a win, and we kept on losing, drawing, winning, losing, drawing, winning. You know what I mean? But wins are very few and far between. So we did a stream, didn't we? We did a stream last season. We did a
Mhm.
stream, and I predicted a draw. I literally predicted a draw, didn't I? I remember.
I think I predicted the same. I think I predicted a draw.
Yeah, you did. You did. You predicted. We both predicted a draw for that. Now, however, what happened? Not being funny. Don't get wrong. I'm happy. What happened? Yeah, as you would be. As you would be. But I did not think at the day it was going to be a 7-0. I did not think it was 7-0. Now, now the tables are turned. Do you know what I mean? We seem to be doing well. We're at top of the table, and obviously, you know, you said it yourself, and Man United are struggling. What's your thoughts on the game on Sunday?
I was talking to a couple of lads from work about the game on Sunday, and I must be honest, I'm extremely nervous. I think the game is going to be very, very tough. When we haven't won a Premier League game at Liverpool, when I looked at it since 2018. And that was what we would like to say Wanfield, when Mata scored that beautiful goal. So
Yeah,
um, it's been a very long time, and of course, it's very overdue. Um, I can't see anything less than a battering. Uh, Even if someone said to me, "You're gonna lose 1-0," I'd rather take that 1-0 than be battered 7-0 all over again. And I just think right now the players really don't have mentality to go out and get the win, because even if, for instance, we score 30 seconds later, we concede. I was reading a stat as well, like we haven't even scored at Anfield since that 2018 game. It's been that long ago. So there's record, well, not that there's records, but there's things that need to end. I'd love to say that it'd be Sunday, but is let's just say I'd be surprised if it was.
where's all the mentality gone? Though? I mean, look, last season and days, you're playing some good games. You know what I mean? All right, you got battered by us, but there's other games that you played in today that was like very good. You know what I mean? You had attacking mentality in it. So where's it all
Mm,
gone? You know what I mean? It just all disappeared. Where's it all gone?
to be honest, I think that mentality went after that Carabao Cup win. Um, I look here and thought after the game we was getting battered. Near enough, a lot of away games. West Ham, Liverpool. We lost to Seville. Them kind of games. I'm not at games like that. West Ham one. No disrespect to West Ham fans, is we should have really have won that game. It's just I don't know what it is. I don't know whether the players thought right. We've done that we've won that trophy drought now. That's gone. I don't care, or there's something going on with Ten Hag. The players are happy under him because I've read situation regarding they're not happy with the Sancho situation, and they're not happy at the fact that they wasn't happy at the fact that Ten Hag was a lot more strict compared to the other managers. Honestly, I don't know what's true and what's not, but the players are putting that fight in. They're not. They don't care for the club like they should do. Even as yourself as a Liverpool fan, if that player's not making an effort, they should be wearing that badge. If you're not playing for your manager, you should be playing for the fans. There's 70,000 fans who come to watch you week in, week out. The fans who have travelled all over the world to come to watch Manchester United because that is their club, the club they have loved, the club they have grew up with. And if you're going to get losing, especially against your biggest rivals, you don't deserve that shirt.
No, you don't. You don't. No, you're right. I mean, listen, at the day, I'll always say this at the day, right? Liverpool and Man United, are the biggest institutes in British football, if not in Europe. You understand what I'm saying, yeah? Because of what we've accomplished throughout the years. There's no club in that Premiership that's accomplished things like us. I don't care what Man City won. You know what I mean? I don't really care. No disrespect to them, but I don't really care what they won. They still have not done what Liverpool and Man United done. You know what I mean? Because what people got to realise at the day, Liverpool and Man United dominated English football for 20 years plus. You understand what I'm saying? 20 years plus dominated sort of like English football. Do you know what I mean? You know? Done things at the day in sort of like in that time at the day that people other clubs will dream of. Listen, when Man City at the day done the treble last season, no disrespect, but no one really was really bothered about it. Nobody's really sort of saying, you know what I mean, like shouting from the hills about it, really, because at the end of the day, it's different to what was done when Man United done it. Man United at the end of the day sort of like got together a team, yeah, and it wasn't just thrown together like that. It was accumulated over seasons, and those seasons at the day that when you was doing a double, do you know what I mean? Stuff like that. Do you know what I mean? It was, it was put together over a long period of time. So literally at the day, Man United winning the treble now was a natural conclusion. Do you understand what I'm getting at? To what was actually built. You know what I mean? People like Yap Stam, Roy Keane, Dennis Irwin, Solskjaer, Beckham, Giggs, Scholes. That's just a few people that I know as being a Liverpool fan. You understand what I'm saying? So that was a natural progression. Do you know what I mean? So to see, this is my point of view, to see big up Brian in the building, to see Man United go through this situation. Listen, at the day, look, I'm a Liverpool fan. You know what I mean? And I will laugh. You know what I mean? You will laugh. You know what I mean? Like with a Man United fan, if it was a Man United fan and we was going through this, they will laugh as well. It's a rivalry. You know what I mean? It's a rivalry. That's all it is. But to see Man United go through this situation, is somewhat strange for me. Do you understand what? It's so strange for me. Because I think at the day, really and truly, what should be happening is Liverpool and Man United should be fighting for the league. It shouldn't be Liverpool and Man City. It shouldn't be. I don't think, to a certain extent, I don't think it should be Liverpool and Arsenal. It should be Liverpool and Man United at the day fighting for sort of the league because we are the biggest institute. You know what I mean? So it should be down to say, well, you know what I mean? Who can outdo each other? Do you understand what I mean, mate? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree. And I think it's all down to ownership as well. I don't like Manchester United, for instance. I know there's a lot of talks regarding the Glazers, and I'm not going to go too much into the Glazers and how much I dislike them and things, because you do see it a lot on social media, and I think when you look at, for instance, you've got an ownership who cares, even though Manchester City's like success started coming from when they had the Abu Dhabis, I think it is, who's bought them, is they cared for the club, even though they couldn't buy the actual Etihad themselves. They're buying around the Etihad. They're putting money into local areas. They're building the women's ground, making it all just, this is just for you, and doing all sorts to make the Manchester City fans feel like there is that success, there is that building. That's going to happen today. That same with Newcastle eventually in the next couple of years. And I think Manchester United, we don't have that. I think in terms of the Glazers, they've relied on Sir Alex Ferguson's success coming into David Moyes, and then it's just went downwards and downwards ever since, and that's not the way it should be. I even think with Liverpool's ownership, it's not the best type of ownership. You can't just rely on one player goes, that means we can buy a player, because you've done that with Sadio Mane. You couldn't buy, was it Darwin Núñez, until Sadio Mane left, and then it's kind of like, yes, you are making a profit in a kind of way, but you can't rely on Fabinho, for instance. He went to a much older age, but you thought, right, we need to get a new Fabinho replacement here, and that's when you've got McAllister and Endo, and Curtis Jones is starting to get that couple of game time good run now, which he really, really deserves. And when the more wealthy owners are going to come in eventually, and the clubs who are relying on how Liverpool do it, how Manchester United do it, and even the lower teams, it's not going to be good in terms of structure. That success is probably going to eventually start to fade.
Yes. No. Well put. That's why I would say that you know a lot about football. You know what I mean? I just think at the end of the day, sort of like what you're saying is true. They did rely on the Glazers. Because remember, what a lot of people got to remember at the end of the day, it's not just the other day that sort of like the Glazers have been in debt. You know what I mean? It's not just they was in debt when Alex Ferguson was there.
Yeah.
But the only thing was at the end of the day is that Alex Ferguson was winning things. You know what I mean? Winning the league, FA Cup, this and that. Do you know what I mean? So that was kind of covered up. Nobody really talked about that because he was winning things. Because
that's
of
the problem.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. Because now, yeah, it's true. Because what should have happened at the end of the day, they should have started building something better when you was winning. Because you heard that from sort of like that old saying that is like build from success. That's what should have happened. See now at the day where it's not so going so well, all these cracks in the wall now are looking. You can see them now. You can see them, really see them now. As of before, you couldn't see them. Do you know what I mean? You understand? I think at the day, right, Jose Mourinho, I don't like him. He's arrogant. You know what I mean? And this and that, right? I don't like him. But when he came to Man United, he did win you things. Do you know what I mean? He won the Europa Cup. You know what I mean? And he won the League Cup. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah. But then it didn't work. For some reason, it didn't work out for him. Do you know what I mean? And he was gone. Since then, and then the only successful thing that sort of like Man United's done is obviously won the league. But then you got all these players like Casemiro that are bought for 54 million. Anthony was bought for 100 million euro.
Yeah, enough 100 million, yeah.
100 million, yeah.
Oof.
Then you got like you just bought in Rasmus Højlund, 72 million. Do you know what I mean? You know, and then what's it? Rafa Varane, he cost about 50 million, didn't he?
Yeah, and I think I can't remember what it was in euros, but in pounds it was about 42 million.
Yeah.
And people were like mocking it, saying that Varane was cheaper than Ben White at that point.
Yeah,
But
but
then you look at how Ben White's doing right now, don't you? So,
yeah,
but yeah, you're absolutely spot on. And Curlers did say in the chat about the protests in the Fergie era, and a lot of the United fans, when the ownership took over in 2005, a lot of them went to form like a players like a player owned club, FC United. So there was the protest, but there wasn't that publicity right until I'd say the European Super League, and that's when we've seen protests quite a lot. And I think that's when a lot of people started thinking, right, it's only when Manchester United lose people want to talk about it. And I think definitely there has been bad recruitment over the years. Like Anthony is definitely not worth the 90 million that we did pay for him. Not a chance. Especially there was loads of other right wingers I would have probably took over him, but
cheap as well.
much cheaper, and we could have got him much cheaper if we went for him in June because they were more happy to sell before the start of the season, and maybe that could have potentially helped him. I don't know, but and as well, I was actually showing my mate that Anthony's wages have over tripled since joining Manchester United from Ajax. So that just really shows what the hell these negotiations with contracts. When you're getting him going from 52k to nearly 200k a week.
Yeah,
That's absolutely scandalous. Casemiro, he was great last season. He was absolutely fantastic. But you look at Casemiro's age. Why would you give him a 5-year deal?
is that what done?
Yeah, they've given him a 5-year deal. That's what we signed him on, a 5-year contract. And Højlund, I do feel sorry for the lad, if you want me to be fairly honest. He doesn't have that service. And Rashford, he doesn't cross. Anthony doesn't cross. The only winger who really crossed was Sancho. And Sancho isn't being used because of what's going on behind stages at the moment with Erik ten Hag and Sancho, so he isn't going to get that service, unfortunately, and especially with the fact that Bruno Fernandes is going to be out. I'm actually struggling to think where's this service going to come for him. I don't think he's going to get any whatsoever.
The only person I can think of that he's going to get service from is bloody McTominay.
Even McTominay though, he doesn't really. He doesn't really pass. He tends to shoot when he's in that area. He tends to shoot, which I'm happy it's a goal. Like I'll take any goal at this point. I must be honest, but we do need more players, less greedy players, who's able to provide for each other. You can tell on the pitch they don't trust each other. And I even said it last season with Anthony, for instance. He'll only pass to certain individuals. If he sees Rashford and Martial, who's got a much clearer chance of him getting a goal than him, he'll take a shot rather than pass it to them. And I even said last season, is it a competitive thing where Anthony thinks, I don't want to pass it to them because I don't want to have the more goals in me? I didn't know what it was, but it only passed to Bruno, Casemiro, Eriksen, and Dalot. They'd be the only people I've ever seen him pass to. I don't see him pass to any other player on that field.
So where is Eriksen? Is he injured?
Injured, yeah. He's got I think he's had a surgery again. I think we can make a starting 11 full of injured players at the moment.
Seriously?
Yeah.
And it's not ideal at the day that you've got bloody Liverpool coming up. That's what I'm trying to say. I mean, listen at the day, right? First off, at the day, I'm a football man. Yeah? Before my support, I'm a football man at the day, right? And being a football man, if I put my football hat on, I literally feel sorry for Man United. I literally feel sorry for them. You know what I mean? Seeing as like what they went through last season at Anfield, you know what I mean? Yeah? And to come here again and to what's going on. Because as you said it, Nate, not only have you got like problems with the players, you got problems at the end of the day with the actual club itself, with the actual board. Do you know what I mean? And to have to come to sort of like Anfield and think to yourself, well, look, right? The only thing that we can do when we go to Anfield is try and keep a respectable score.
Mm-hmm.
Do you understand what I'm saying? You know, of no disrespect to like Man United, because Man United, listen, Man United might come to Anfield and they might win. You know what I mean? Yeah, you know, some that could happen.
Mm-hmm.
But obviously, at the end of the day, we as football people at the end of the day, we go on what's happening with our club at this present moment, because what it was last season and day, what was wrong with us at the end of the day is like we needed to fix that midfield. You know what I mean?
100%.
We needed to fix the field. The board at the end of the day, right? I think what it is with the board and the owners and we've kind of like got used to it. Just like, look, it is what it is. Do you know what I mean? It's one of them. It is what it is. We got one of the best managers in the world. It is what it is. And I think I also think as well, it goes back to sort of like Sir Alex Ferguson. He was one of the best managers in the world and everything. So he was able to cover up a lot of those cracks at the day that was beginning to get shown. Yeah. Now you haven't got a manager at the day of that on that part. It's starting to show because the way Ten Hag is doing things, not really too keen on it. Yeah.
Mm.
The way he's treating Sancho, I think it's disgusting the way he's treating Sancho, to be honest, today, right? And I think at the day, look, when you're at a big club like Man United, yeah, you need all the allies you can get. You need to get people on side. That's what Klopp when Klopp came in at the end of the day, right, to Liverpool at the end of the day, right, he got a lot of people on side. One of the first persons he got on side at the day was Adam Lallana. And him and Adam Lallana are still friends up until today. They're still friends now. Do you know what I mean? That goes to show it and day. You have to get people on side. You have to get people and they wanted to play for you. Because if you don't, you know what I mean, and you want to go down this strict route and you know what I mean, I'm not your friend and blah 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 and this and that, right? They're gonna say, well, you know what, F you. You know what I mean? And he's gonna show results. I mean, if I'm wrong, say I'm wrong. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. But that's what I feel.
To be honest, I did used to feel sorry for Sancho because I was saying, why is Ten Hag not using him? And I was fuming like near enough to the point when he got suspended because I was like, it's not fair when you're seeing Rashford who's being crap at the moment. You're seeing Anthony who's he's only got one leg. You might as well. But then before I was seeing it, I seen that he was late to training every single day. And I thought, fair enough. If you're late to training every single training session, you don't deserve to be in that starting 11 because you're not going to be as well trained as all the other players who's starting on that pitch.
Yeah.
So I agreed with that because, and it was the same at Borussia Dortmund. It was the same for the England squad. Southgate didn't bring him into the England squad because he was late to training every single time, and he was fed up of it. And the reason why Sancho said that he was late to training is because he was on PlayStation all night on FIFA or COD.
Stop that.
And he was on it. He was literally on Twitch streaming, being on Call of Duty.
Nah, that's not
like right. Like that's what he was doing, and I think a lot of the fans was like, no way, like that's disrespectful, and I think.
Yeah.
And then he obviously wrote that statement and stuff, and then a lot of people was making questions about Ten Hag and stuff, and Ten Hag has always said the only thing he has wanted is an apology. If you apologise to me, I will bring you back into that squad. He's always said that. He's always said that, Sancho. You apologise, I'll put you back into that squad.
Yeah.
He didn't apologise. He wouldn't apologise because he stood by his ground. If you want to stand by your ground, that's fine. But even so, even though he's standing by his ground, he refused to go to training. So he wasn't helping himself by not even attending training either. So he wouldn't. He didn't even attend training. He refused to apologise. He was on FIFA COD, gone 3 o'clock in the morning on Twitch streaming. It wasn't even as though like he was doing it on discreet. He was literally streaming on Twitch.
Oh my! Listen, I know something. Yeah, right. This is a kuna. I felt sorry for Sancho. I was going to stick up for him but he's just mugged himself off.
Exactly.
He literally mugged himself off. You know what I mean? Fancy the day you're gonna be on PlayStation. You're getting like 350 bags a week, yeah, to play football. 350 bags you're getting, right? And you're telling me you're gonna be on freaking PlayStation 3 o'clock in the morning and training late. Nah, man, you're taking a piss, man. You're taking a piss, man.
And
You
I think it was all them little things, and I think probably that statement was that final straw. I would probably say, because I think Ten Hag is one of them kind of managers where he wants everything behind closed doors and he wants to sort everything out behind the closed doors. He is, and Sancho's obviously done it publicly, and it obviously didn't work that way. And Ten Hag said, if you apologise, you're back in the squad. I'm happy to bring you back in that squad, but you wouldn't apologise. And he stopped his training.
That's fair. That's fair enough. I mean, he's giving him a chance. Brian's put your link in the chat. So, guys.
Thank you, Brian.
Please, yeah, Brian's a good guy, man. Good guy. Please go and like and subscribe to Macy's channel, Devils United channel. Please go and do that, because this lady at the day knows lots about football. Do you know what I mean? And she got very knowledgeable. Do you know what I mean? So, listen, please like and subscribe to our channel, because we do football around there. You know what I mean? Like, we leave the rivalries at the day until we're actually playing each other. Other times we just do football. Do you know what I mean? So like and subscribe to our channel. Do you know what I mean? Listen, I mean, to be honest, today I don't know. Maybe you can tell me in the day. I don't know where sort of like Man United turn the corner. Where do Man United turn the corner?
Something definitely does need to change. I've always said we do need even if we was to have new ownership, and it's gonna obviously be, it's not gonna be Qatar, but by the looks of it, it's gonna be Jim Ratcliffe. So, that's gonna happen, and then they need the change in the board. And I think even then, it's still a long process. It's still gonna be a couple of seasons. We need to get rid of that deadwood. Like, you're looking at Sancho, who's on 350k a week. You're looking at Anthony Martial, who's on 250k a week. Rashford's had this brand new contract worth over 300k a week. And I think when you look at players who are on such high money, it's hard for a player, to shift a player on, because you'll look at a player's performance and go, right, I'm not taking this player on for this type of money, and the player's not going to want to leave for much lower wages either.
No,
but I think if one thing changes, everything else is just going to happen extremely slowly.
Yeah, I think one of the things that needs to happen is slashing the wages. You have to slash the wages, because what isn't, you're paying far too much money in wages. You're paying far too much money in transfer fees. Do you know what I mean? You know, people are looking.
That's the problem, though. Is I don't know if it's the same for Liverpool, but what I have found is a lot of clubs want to overcharge. I'm not saying Manchester United itself, but they want to overcharge a lot of Premier League clubs. Just because it's the Premier League, it's an extravagant league, and people do say there's a Man United tax, which is there not? That's obviously debatable, and people saying there's English tax as well for bringing in England players, which I don't personally agree with either, because if you look at the top 10 transfers in Premier League history, over half of them, I think it was about 6 or 7 of them, are players from different countries. So I don't agree with that one either. I just think people look at, for instance, what that player is worth to that club. So you're gonna look at, let's talk about Grealish to City, for instance.
Right.
No, we'll do it. We'll talk about Darwin Núñez, because it's a Liverpool preview, isn't it? So
right, okay.
We'll talk about Darwin Núñez to Liverpool. That, I think, was it, you paid 70, 80 million, was it?
I think it's 80 million euros. So
80 million.
65.
He's probably one of your record signings, am I mistaken?
No, it'll be thing, wouldn't it? It'll be Virgil van Dijk.
Van Dijk.
Yeah, remember, 75 million, wasn't he? 75 million. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. you look at, for instance, so like you look at Darwin Núñez and Van Dijk, and you say, right, Darwin Núñez scored 20 plus goals every season for Benfica. He was getting top 3 for Benfica, getting them Champions League. He was their prolific goal scorer. What are they going to do without Darwin Núñez? They want high money to replace this guy, even though they're not going to pay, like, for instance, 70 million for another striker. They want that. They want what they think he's worth. And you look at Van Dijk is been fantastic in all the clubs he's been at. He was a strong player at Celtic. He won leagues at Celtic. He was doing well for Southampton. Southampton was a great mid-table club under Virgil van Dijk, and they think losing Virgil van Dijk, that means that they've got that hole in that midfield. How are they going to replace Van Dijk? They've brought him into this Premier League proven player. And if you want a Premier League proven player, I want you to have this. Even Bruno Fernandes, for coming from Sporting, the captain, you won trophies. He got plenty of goals, plenty of assists, back-to-back Champions Leagues. Well, where we're going to get another Bruno Fernandes from? We want 60 million to replace this guy. I think it's based on players' worth, the amount of left they've got on their contract. If they got a release clause, if they're proven in that league, that's what I genuinely think it comes down to.
Would you think it'd be fair at the end of the day if Man United, all right, we've established at the day certain clubs that they're going to want what they feel the player's worth and stuff. Do you know what I mean? They brought them this and they brought them that and rah. Would you think it's fair if Man United say, well, look, you know what? You may feel he's worth it, but we're not paying that much. Because what I'm trying to say is like Man United at the day, they're spending money on top of money in the day, right? And you know where they're getting their money from, and it's only putting them more in debt. Do you understand what I'm getting at? And I'm thinking to myself, well, look, you know what I mean? If Man United want to get back to that crescendo of what they were, or even like a glimpse of it, you know what I mean? In some situations, there can be some hard choices that need to be made.
I think a lot of United's money, one, it comes from Europe. So the Glazers only really give a crap about the top 4 because they've got Champions League money. So if they got Champions League money, they've got a big cut there to use for transfer budget. If they don't have that, I think near enough every single player has signed a clause in their contract is if you don't get Champions League contract, if you don't get Champions League football, we can reduce your wages by, I think it was 10-20%. So then if they get knocked into the Europa League, they'll knock their wages down by 10-20% because they haven't done what they have been told in that clause into the contract. So doing that, they're saving up some money. I think as well the amount of shirt sales that Manchester United has because it's such a global club. I think there was a thing where because Zlatan and Pogba both signed in the same season, and Zlatan was a free signing, Pogba was a record signing, and it was like one of this thing. I'm sure I read it where Manchester United in a week could buy Pogba's transfer fee just on shirt sales, but just on Zlatan Ibrahimovic. So that just shows the amount of shirt sales that gets generated year in, year out by the Manchester United fans, and I think that probably contributes to a lot of where the money comes from as well.
Yeah, I heard about that. It's like sort of like somebody told me it was like a couple of days, and they already made their money back for the Zlatan sort of like transfer. You know what I mean? In a couple of days, and that's on shirt sale. You know what I mean? It wasn't so long after that they made their money back on Pogba and for the shirts and that. But you see, my only problem with that is that money there did not go back into the structure of Man United. You understand what I'm getting at?
I agree with that.
You know, that's what I'm trying to say. Like the training ground. You know, all the facilities at the day that's going to make the players that you got, right, even the players in the academy, and they make them better players, didn't they? I mean, one of the things that what Liverpool done, which was good in the day, is like all the training facilities. It's all in one now. It's all in one. You got like the academies, like the academy under under 23s, under 18s, under 16s, right? And then you got the first thing all in one. So you don't. So he doesn't have to go. He doesn't have to get in his car and go down to there to watch a player. He can just look across the field at the day and see a player and then say, right, you know what? Let me walk across there and see what this player's like. You know what I mean? You know, so they've got it in one. They're saying that the facilities that they for them to train at and day, it's just like on fleek. Do you know what I mean? And all stuff like that. And all those little things that I realize, all these little things that people don't think of it, but all these little things count. All these little things that they count in making like the players that you got in your academy the best players. So you maybe at the day like one season and you don't have to go out and sort of like spend this money and that money because you already got that player there. Like we got this kid that's come through, that's come through like Gerald Kwanzaa, which is the defender.
Oh yeah, he's been playing in Europa, wasn't he?
Europa, and he's played some like played at Newcastle in the Premiership game, and he played some other game as well. Do you know what I mean? And he can handle himself well. Yeah, I'm not saying that they sort of like that Liverpool don't have to go out and buy a defender. Do you know what I mean? But they don't have to buy it so soon. You know what I mean? You know, because they've got somebody there. You understand what I'm saying?
I think probably that Europa League football helps, so doesn't it? Because you can experiment with that, and I think if we was, for instance, we qualified for that Champions League, straight away, we could have said, "Come on, let's play the kids in the last game of the Champions League, give them that tiny bit of experience." But I completely agree with you. The facilities at Man United, Ronaldo even said they hadn't improved from when he last left, which was obviously in 2008. Going into the women's facilities very, very quickly, their nearest toilet was a 5-minute drive from the stadium, from the training They didn't even have a toilet. So it was only till this season they actually made a training, like they made like a building at Carrington now just specifically for women's facilities, the women's football facilities. And that's something that the women's football never had. And you can imagine why so many Man United women players want to leave if they have to drive to go to a toilet.
Yeah, it's not great.
Them little kind of things. And you look at like even Old Trafford where there's leaks all over. Wow, do you think, why would I want to play in a stadium which it's historic, but there's leaks all over, it's rust there, it's put a nick of paint on it. Like, paint doesn't cost that much.
No, that's what I'm trying to say. I mean, to do certain things at the end of the day, to sort of like the facilities that are around the ground, it shouldn't really cost that much. Do you know what I mean? And I think at the day, you know, all those times at the day they was buying these players at the day, they should have said, well, nah, you know what? We're not going to buy so much players this summer, and we're not going to spend so much this summer. We're going to invest in the club. Do you understand what I'm saying? I mean, literally, that's what probably Liverpool has done, because they've built and that new stand is finished now. So that should be finished in the time. Obviously, that's finished for the time for Sunday, the game Sunday. So that's another probably 10,000 people and that can come to sort of like, you know, the game and day. So that's another like revenue coming into your club. Do you understand what I'm getting at? Do you know what I mean? And I think to myself, there's got to be a situation where Man United, the board, and they say, look, enough's enough. Do you know what I mean? We're not getting nowhere with doing this. Do you know what I mean? Because personally, in the day, right? I don't think it's the manager. You could probably have the best manager in the day, sort of like at your club. But as you know yourself, being a football person in the day, yeah, if the core is rotten, what are you gonna do? You can have the best manager in the world. Because we had like back in the day, we had good managers in the day, right? but the core of it wasn't really set right. Do you know what I mean? So the fact the likes of Gerald, Houllier, Benitez, and that, right, only did well to a certain extent. Then it all went to pot. Do you know what I mean? And then, we was looking for another manager. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Now, if the same thing happens with Man United, where they say, well, you know what, sod Ten Hag and everything that, right? Do you know what I mean? We're gonna look for another manager. Another manager gonna come in. He's gonna want about 400 or 500 million to spend. Do you know what I mean? He wants to get in his own players. Yeah. When that goes Pete Tong, the next manager gonna want the same thing. So you're gonna be constantly spending money. You know what I mean, on players, trying to get it right. It's like literally trying to sort of like unlock the Da Vinci Code. One of them ones. Do you know what I mean?
I do agree, though. I don't think Ten Hag is solely to blame of what's going on. Like, I do blame him for some of the stuff. In terms of tactics, in terms of start 11s, that's something I do blame him for. But I don't blame him in terms of the actual rottenness of the club. I don't even think Pep Guardiola could manage this club right now, just with how toxic it's getting, and I think it's only gonna get worse. And for instance, you're getting 30 million per year getting taken out your club. I think we're in nearly £2 billion debt because the Glazers are taking 30 million each year out the club. Out of how much money we're making, they're taking 30 million out of it. From what people have said, that Ten Hag has apparently signed a bit in his contract. Don't know how true it is he can have 3 permanent players and the rest have to be loan signings. Don't know how true that is, but based on the current the transfer window in the summer, it makes me seem a bit believable, because Mal, Onana, Højlund only permanent, the rest were loans. So I do think maybe that could potentially be believable. I don't think Pep Guardiola could work with loads of loan players. I don't even recall even Pep having a loan player at Manchester City, if you want me to be fairly honest.
I don't think he had a Bayern Munich and neither Barcelona.
No, I genuinely don't think he did. And you look at all the best teams in the world who are succeeding, it's because they've got a fantastic core in them. And it's the only problem, isn't it, Rods? But coming into the game ahead, even if, for instance, we don't even win, if these players show fight, I wouldn't be too angry. It's just the fact of how the players, I know that they'll probably end up performing. Curlers here said Ollie had that issue with signings. He said the same thing about being told only 3 signings and the others were loans, which, again, it sounds right because we had N'Galo on loan. I remember N'Galo. I felt sorry for the lad. I must be honest, I absolutely felt sorry for the lad. But yeah, I've heard about that clause. So, and if that's the case, how can a manager really get great performances, a great run, build up a team when you have got, I think, how many has he got on loan now? He's got Amrabat, he's got Reguilon.
Yeah,
Amrabat and Reguilon on loan. He's had Weghorst on loan. So that's easily 3 players alone who he's got on loan. He was had on loan. How can you realistically build on that, having loan players?
You can't, because once you start getting any form of consistency, these players got to go back. These players at the day that's giving you consistency got to go back.
When's last time Liverpool had a lone player?
Last time we had a lone player, it must have been that guy from QPR. I forgot his name. It's a guy from QPR that we got on loan, and for a short period of time, and he was a defender, but he was pants. He was pants. That Klopp got him on loan. I think that's the last time. I cannot remember, sort of like.
Oh yeah, Tony's mentioned that Turkish.
Oh yes, Nuri Sahin.
Arthur Melo. Oh, Arthur Melo. He didn't even play, though, did he, for Liverpool?
That's why I forgot about him. Ravi's got a question for you. He says, Massie, Where can United stop Liverpool's attack?
Any way we can. First of all, I wouldn't play Dalot. I'd be playing Wan-Bissaka because Dalot is gonna get absolutely slaughtered if that's gonna be by Salah or Diaz or Gakpo or Nunes. He's gonna get absolutely slaughtered. Maguire's injured. Martinez is injured. So I think Lindelof is either coming back or he's injured. So that's going to be like Varane, Evans, or Lindelof who's going to be playing in the back line. And then Shaw's injured again now. So it's going to be Reguilon who will have to play as a left back. So, and we've only got now one fit left back again. So I think the team has to just mark that same player. Whoever they've got, mark that player. I hope for the best personally because I can't see us keeping a clean sheet. I genuinely can't see, I can't see it. It's just with the amount of good players that Liverpool's got. Even if you're looking at your front three as well as Trent, Sebastian, and McAllister, you do have a lot of great players. So, who can score, who can assist. And do you feel Onana trusts his defence? The question should be, should the defence trust Onana, if you want me to be honest? That should be the question. This guy, right, I have never, you know me, last season, I was angry with De Gea. I was saying De Gea needs to go. And people are trying to mock me and message me in a way by saying, oh, you're not so smart now when De Gea out. But the thing is you can want a player out, but not like another player as well. You can want that. And I think the thing is with De Gea, his time was to come. He couldn't have stayed forever. He wasn't the same David De Gea when he won the Golden Glove. I think it was back in 2015, 2016. He isn't that same player. So we know eventually we're gonna need a new goalkeeper. He wasn't good with his kicking. Onana, it's a bloody he's the opposite of De Gea. De Gea couldn't use his feet. Onana can't use his hands. I can't have it either way. And if I have to pick, I'd rather have a goalkeeper who can use his hands, if you want me to be honest. Because that's the primary thing of a goalkeeper, to use your hands and catch the ball. But to be fair, at least I know if we need a midfielder, just throw Onana in the midfield. That's all I'm putting in the midfield. It's just like I've said though, Bayende needs to play now. How Bayende hasn't had a single minute at all is ludicrous.
Is that your first goalkeeper?
That's the backup goalkeeper. We got him from Fenerbahce. I think we signed him for about 4 million or something. So it was very cheap. We couldn't have relied on Tom Heaton, to be fair, for a month coming into AFCON, which cannot come soon enough. I must be honest, it can't come soon enough in my eyes. But we needed someone who's more reliable. And Bayende, I've heard he's absolutely spectacular in training. I've heard his I've watched him the Turkey game when he started. Even though he conceded a few goals, I thought he was absolutely brilliant. So I'd give him a chance. 4 million, what are you gonna lose? You're not gonna lose much. Let's be real.
Yeah, you're losing nothing, mate. Question for both of you. Do you see Rasmus Højlund and Darwin Núñez becoming 20-goal a season strikers?
I'll let you go first, Rod, on that one.
Darwin Núñez is frustrating me, but he seems to sometimes in the day, I'll give him his due. Certain times in big games he'll turn up. He'll turn up in big games and stuff, and he'll run his socks off. Don't get me wrong, do you know what I mean? But he's just sort of like what I feel with Darwin Núñez. He needs to just calm down a bit. Just calm down. Don't be too rash and don't be too rash. Just calm down and place the ball in. Do you know what I mean? And stuff, Do I see him becoming a 20-goal a season in all competition? Yeah, in all competition, but it might be a bit debatable being a 20 goals or like a season in just in the Premiership. You know what I mean? I'm not too sure about that. I mean, in all competition, I'm talking about sort of like, obviously if we're going to get win the Champions League and FA Cup, League Cup, and then obviously the league as well. Yeah, I think that's sort of like, I mean, he scored 15 goals last season in all competition, 15 goals. So that is possible in all competitions, but I'm not too sure about the league. What are you saying?
With Højlund in this current Man United squad, no. Just because of how the team's set up, I don't think it suits him. He's still very, very raw. He's only 20 years old. I know you shouldn't be using that age of excuse, but I think a lot of people are going a bit hasty on him based on his age. And to be fair to him, to be fair for the lad, he is a joint top goal scorer in the Champions League. So he must have some characteristic about him to get some goals in the Champions League. I just don't think it's working for him in the league at the moment. And all the times I've watched Man United in the league this season is he isn't getting the service that he should be getting. And last season, when we needed a striker, I said all strikers are going to set up for failure in this side based off how the wingers play, unless you're going to get a striker like Harry Kane. Harry Kane would be probably one of the only strikers in the world right now who could sit better in that Manchester United side. Because if this guy is getting 20 plus goals in a very, very poor Spurs team who doesn't know how to create, that just speaks a lot about his characteristic, and I think he would do decent. He could have done decent at Man United, but Man United obviously didn't go for Harry Kane in the end, which I'm gutted about. But I feel sorry for the lad personally. In terms of Darwin Núñez, I've watched him a lot at Benfica because watching the Portuguese league a lot, and I think the thing is with Darwin Núñez is Benfica changed their formation, to suit Darwin Núñez. Because Darwin Núñez is a striker, in my opinion, where he needs to play off another striker to work well.
Yeah.
And I think at Liverpool, the formation that Liverpool play, I don't think it ideally suits Núñez. I think for me, the way Núñez is going to get 20 goals a season is changing your formation either to 4-2-3-1 and playing like Jota, for instance, in the 10 role, or if you're going to try Diaz in the 10 role, or change to a 4-4-2 and maybe put Salah up top or put Jota up top and play Salah as a wing back. Which is that something that's going to be ideal for the other players you've got? 4-2-3-1 maybe, but the 4-4-2 is not going to work for Liverpool. So I just think that the way that Núñez is as a player, to get 20 goals a season, you're either going to have to change the formation or he's going to have to try and adapt to Klopp's tactics. He is missing, I'd say, he done it at Benfica, he is missing a lot of sitters, the easiest goals, but he can do the dirty things, he can do the hardest things, but then he can't do the easiest.
I know, because I mean the goal he scored against, was it Bournemouth he scored against in the cup? When he cut him for left of them, they curled it in the top bin. He just literally curled it in the top bin. I was like, Jesus Christ. This is the Darwin I want to see. Do you know what I mean? Let's get on to the team lineup.
I remember when he scored 2 against us. And I was literally thinking, like, I thought Darwin Núñez hasn't, he wasn't his best, obviously, last season. I thought, and to score 2 goals against us, it was just, the icing on top, especially, after all I was saying about Núñez, saying he doesn't suit the club, he doesn't suit the tactics, he doesn't suit the formation. I thought, bloody hell, he's made me eat my apple pie, hasn't it?
Mates, I didn't want to say anything. I wasn't going to say anything about that, but you said it, so you know what? That's good, isn't it? You said it, not me. Oh, it's funny. I'm going to get this lineup sorted out first. Get this lineup up. Let's see. Right. Okay. Right. Here we go. Right. I'll do the Liverpool first.
Yeah.
Okay. I think I'm gonna sort of like we're gonna have, and then I'll get on to Man United. That's gonna be interesting. Your one's gonna be really interesting.
What I want and what will happen will be two different things.
I'm feeling you. Right. Oh, Allison's gonna be in goal, of course. Left back will be Shimikas.
I heard as well that Matip has got an ACL, which is a shame for him, especially at the
Yeah.
age that he is at the moment.
Yeah. There's literally talk about sort of like there's literally talk about is this was that his last game? The game that he got injured was that his last game because what it was, he's 32 and he was going to be offered another contract. It's going to be like a 2-year contract, and it was going to kind of be like you play when we needed to play. You know what I mean? One of them ones. You know what I mean? You're not going to be regular. And apparently, he was supposed to agree to that because he wanted to finish off his career at Liverpool. But like, I don't know if that's going to happen now. It's a shame because I don't know if that's going to happen now because you can't exactly give sort of like a player and that's had that sort of injury where you
I
don't know.
don't know. I think he could potentially overturn it, but I think it's dependent on how his recovery tends
Yeah,
to go because I think ACLs are growing. I don't know how much you watch of women's football, Rods, but that's one of the main injuries that is in women's football, ACLs. And nobody was really talking about it until it came to the Euros, where I think about 6 players picked up ACLs in the Euros alone, across all over the world. And then I think at the moment with the women's team for Man United, there's 3 ACLs in there. 3 ACLs is terrible to have, and
yeah,
Arsenal having 4, Aston Villa having 4 or 5 ACLs. When you're working that out, that's over 10 players, 13 players in the English league alone with ACLs. And you're looking at now it's growing into the men's football because you've got Courtois, you've got Matip, um, you've got Neymar,
yeah,
all different leagues picking up ACLs, and I
yeah,
think things need to be looked at. My personal opinion in terms of ACLs, where they're coming from, because people have got all different views on it. Because people are saying, is it the training? But I can't see Klopp having poor training for him to pick up an ACL.
yeah,
So now you're going to look at it and go, people are saying football boots. Is there something wrong with the way football boots are being made that's causing ACLs?
Mm. I know there was actually talk about that when Rooney was obviously at Man United. They were saying
Mm.
about there's a problem with the football booth, but yeah, you're right. You know what I mean? It's sort of like it would be down to recovery. If he can recover in a good way and recover fast, and then that might sway them to say, well, look, you know what, and then let's give him another contract. You know what I mean? If it's like have a 2-year contract and stuff. You know what I mean? So I hope it works out for better for him because I actually I like Matip. I think he's a good player. Do you know what I mean? Very good player. All right, so
I
we're
know
gonna
it ended David Silva, so, but the thing is with David Silva, he was like 37, 38. Like,
yeah.
I know that sounds horrible when I say that, but I suppose
In football years,
it
is that
would,
isn't it? It's
yeah.
football years. It's kind of like you know, he's at that age, and I think that if you do get that injury, and if more likely, and you're gonna have to retire. You know what I mean? So we'll have to see how it goes, mate. You know what I mean? I hope he does, work out for him. Van Dijk comes in as left centre back. Oh, shame. I thought Van Dijk-
I Man United, it's Man United playing in the Liverpool squad.
Oh no,
Right
isn't it?
behind.
That's not good. That's not good. And I'm probably getting this off now as well, because you have to sort of like, hold on. You don't want to come off. I think he wants us to come out of retirement. Oh, there you go. I think he wants to come out of retirement, mate. You know what I mean? And the time, yeah, he's a dope player. Look, you got Van Nistelrooy here as well. Bloody hell.
Don't put Van Nistelrooy in there. He's my favourite Man United player of all time, honestly.
He was dope, though. He was dope. Konate will partner him. Konate's going to partner him. There you go. Konate partner him. Right back will be Trent. Treno. There you go. Treno. Midfield, I think you'll start with Endo again. He's going to start with Endo as a DM. I can see Gravenberch coming in. I can see him coming in. I can see Sabozalai.
Is McAllister injured?
Yeah, he is, yeah. He's basic and day. Basic and day, he's like, there's a foul and he stepped on it, but the stud has actually bruised his bone. You know what I mean? Bruised his bone. So what they're gonna have to do is they're doing it now is like they're actually waiting for the bone to heal. You know what I mean? And that's sort of it should take it so long. But yeah, he's out at the moment. But the good thing is that today it's like Thiago is back in training. Well, good thing for us anyway. Thiago's back in training and Jota's back in training as well. Do you know what I mean? It's good for us. On the left would be Diaz. Salah will be here, obviously. This is what I'm thinking. I think he starts with Nunes, you know. I think he starts with Nunes. Yeah. I think he starts with Nunes. So that's me. Alisson, Tsimikas, Van Dijk, Konate, Trent Alexander, Gravenberch, Ouattara Endo, Dominic Szoboszlai. And up front, the front three is Luis Diaz, Darwin Nunes, and Mohamed Salah. That's me. That's me. You know what I mean? We've got a few injuries. I mean, Thiago's out, Matip's out, Jota's out, Brasečic's is out. I don't see it. I think that's it. And Jota, yeah, Jota.
What about Robertson? Is he injured?
Yes, Robertson's injured. Sorry, that's the last one. Robertson, he's out till the new year possibly. He had done his shoulder on international duty.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Was it against? It was against Spain, wasn't it? That he done it.
Yeah. And
I didn't know he was still out.
Yeah, unfortunately, he could probably more likely be out to the new year because he's had surgery on his shoulder. So again, he has to wait for that to heal and stuff before he can actually they can actually assess at the end of the day, you know, how long his rehabilitation will be. Do you know what I mean? So they're saying at the moment, they're saying the new year. You know, don't expect him back to the new year. So you know, fingers crossed at the day everything goes well. You know what I mean? So yeah, he's out as well. We've got a few players that sort out, but I suppose sometimes you just have to cope with it. That's how it happens. Literally happens. That's what everybody at the day, you know what I mean, gets big squads, don't they? Everybody tries to get big squads. If you're like bloody what's it called, Chelsea, where you spend $1 billion on your team and nothing's happening for you, it ain't good. So
where's FFP at? Where is FFP at? Seriously.
Yeah, listen, that the FFP only works for certain people. That's where I see it. It only works for certain people.
Exactly.
Oh no. Yeah, he's gonna be your goalkeeper, isn't it?
Yeah, take him. Take him at Liverpool. I bet.
Who's your left back? Who's gonna be your left back?
Luke Shaw's injured now, so I'd have to say Sergio Reguilon.
Reguilon. Yeah. Let's see if it comes up. Where are you? Can't see you.
He's somewhere.
Sergio Reguilon.
There he is. Oh,
Wembley.
wait, go up. Oh, go up. I seen him.
Oh,
Top.
here we go. Got one there, innit?
Yeah. Oh, dear me, Regulon. Oh.
There you go.
The pain continues. Centre backs. I'm gonna say Varane and Johnny Evans.
Right, okay. There you go, Raphael Varane. Oh, is he French, is he?
Yeah, he retired from the French national team last season.
I always thought he was Spanish, to be honest. Oh, yeah, I thought he was Spanish.
He started his career at Lens, and then he joined Real Madrid, and then he was at Real Madrid till he obviously came to us.
Oh, yeah, because he scored that goal in the World Cup, didn't he? He scored a goal in the World Cup, and he's just like, he leveled it from the right-hand side. Right, Johnny Evans, there you go. Johnny Evans, centre back. Okay. Right back.
Dalot. Oh. Honestly, there's not a player in that squad that I despise more than Dalot. Like, everyone knows I've just always had a dislike to Dalot, and I don't know what it is, but it's just a dislike. I can't say why.
You can't say why.
I genuinely can't say why. I just don't know.
Oh gosh. Okay. What are you playing? You playing a 4-2-3-1?
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, because we never changed the formation.
Right, 4-2-3-1. Okay. So your two midfielders, who's that going to be? That don't look too bad. Like this, that don't look too bad actually.
Yeah.
Amrabat
Amrabat is going to be what I'd say.
Amrabat. Oh, he played the other night, didn't he?
Yeah, we did. Yeah. Pardon?
What do you think of Amrabat?
He's not done so bad. I don't mind him, but he does. I think that again, it's just the fact how the team is at the moment.
Yeah. So who partners him? McTominay?
Unfortunately.
It's so funny. Right, it's T. I'll say him. It'd be better if I sort of like press on that. Yeah, there you go. M-C-T-O-M. There you go, Scott McTominay.
Do you know what? The thing is, I wouldn't even dislike McTominay as much if people didn't call him Mick Zidane.
Mick Zidane, you know? Who saw that?
United fans call him Mick Zidane.
Wow.
And I'm going to show you this edit, right? What a Man United fan has made for McTominay. And it's stuff like that what makes me dislike him. Just because of, because of the way they act. Like, if people didn't, like, highly big him up the way they do, I wouldn't care about him. But it's just as... Wait till I'll be 1 second while I find it. It's just, when I see it, it cringes me out every single time. There it is.
Same. I feel your pain.
And then they've made this edit of Harry Maguire.
Hold on. Stop it. Oh, stop it. So who was on the left for you lot? Who was on the left for
Garnacho?
Garnacho, the bad boy Garnacho. He's not bad, is he?
He's not done so bad. That goal that he scored against Everton was beautiful. He's got to be goal of the season.
Yeah, he was.
The thing is, though, that goal's obviously going to go down in history for Man United anyway, no matter what. No one's ever going to, even though, like, it was obviously a beautiful goal, no one's ever going to talk about how poor that cross was from Dalot. Because it was a stinking, horrible cross. It was, like, to the point where Garnacho had to track back, and the only way he could have touched that ball was if he'd done an overhead kick.
Yeah.
That was like how poor the cross was, and I think that made the goal itself look even better because of he didn't have too much to do with it.
Yeah. Who's your number 10? Who's your 10?
I'd have to. I'm gonna say Kobe Maino.
Who?
He's our academy player.
Oh, yeah. That's the one he really thinks. He really
The one
thinks.
who made his debut against Everton.
Yeah, he thinks highly of him, innit? He really thinks highly of him. No. I didn't need to do that. It's IN. Yeah.
And then it's O, I think.
Yeah, so yeah.
Yeah,
there you go.
he is.
Yeah, it's Kobe Maino. He's English.
Yep, he's English.
Oh, good. Get in there. And you're going to have Anthony on the right, yeah, obviously.
Unfortunately.
Yeah. Unfortunately. Well, yeah.
But we need to be more specific, which Anthony.
Yeah. Oh, gosh.
Oh, it's out NH.
It's what?
Is Anthony's got no H in it?
Oh, scene. Oh, there he
There you
is.
go.
There he is. And your striker's going to be Haaland, isn't it? Rasmus Haaland.
Yeah.
Rasmus. I mean, so it's not looking too bad at the moment for you guys, isn't it? What do you think?
You think it doesn't look bad, the squad? Like, it, but then I look at it and think, how are we going to play?
There's really hard. Rasmus Højlund, Denmark. You know, that's your team. That's your team.
That's what I think is going to be played, but obviously I'll take Dalot off for Wan-Bissaka. That's what I'd personally do. I wouldn't even bring Anthony into a starting 11. I'd probably. So then he's like, who are you going to play? I don't bloody know. But yeah, I think that's probably going to be what Ten Hag will pick anyway.
Yeah, that's a close. I reckon that's the closest to it. Onana, Reguilon, Varane, Evans, Darlow, Amrabat, McTominay, two midfield. On the left-hand side, it's Garnacho. Going through the middle is Maino and Rasmus Højlund. And on the right is Anthony. Yeah. You can only do at the end of the day what you can do. You can only do what you can do.
As you say, we've got a full starting 11 of injured, suspended, and injured and suspended players. So, what can you do with? I trying to see if I can find it, but what can you do with who's unavailable and things? It's just one of them, isn't it? At the end of the day,
it's one of those things, mate. We've been through it. You just got to make the best that you can. Right, score predictions, my love. Score predictions.
4-0 Liverpool.
4-0 Liverpool. Right. Seeing as you're my good friend, and I love you to pieces, I'm gonna say 3-0.
That's generous.
Yeah. You're my friend, you see. Anybody else in the day, I would say like 10. Do you know what I mean? No, the Ravi's not nice, you know. Ravi's a bad.
No. I think Ravi's realistic, to be fair. I think even me saying 4-0, I think that's probably generous.
Yeah.
Because I think we were looking to only lose 1-0 against Newcastle, and yeah.
I'll tell you something. I know I've frozen for the time being, but you can still hear me. What it is today? Listen, please tell everybody what you got coming up, and shout out your channel for us, please.
I haven't got nothing coming up, to be fair, but my channel, I haven't been doing much for the past couple of months. So I done a vlog yesterday on the women's game. We played against Leicester, so I've done that, and I'm going to the game on Sunday. Not the Anfield, but the women's also playing against Liverpool.
Yes,
but that's obviously at our ground, so I'll be going to watch that. watch this dreadful game coming up as well.
Jeffrey, though. I said Jeffrey, though. But listen, guys, please like and subscribe to Devil United's channel. She does Portuguese football, she does women's football, and she does our beloved Man United football as well. Do you know what I mean? So please like and subscribe to her channel. Please, please do. Massie, listen, it's been a joy having you on my channel, as usual. It's been a joy. Loved every minute of it. Loved your knowledge of football as always. Do you know what I
Thanks,
mean?
Rods.
No, you're welcome. I need to get you on my channel some more times and everything. So
Just let me know anything free. I'll come on, of course.
no, definitely. I'll let you know what I've got planned and everything that, and then we'll fit it around so like your availabilities and stuff because
Yeah.
I'm not saying this for the fact of just saying it. I really enjoy having you on my channel because like your knowledge of football is just amazing. Do you know what I mean? It's really
Yeah.
amazing. I thank you for that as well. Do you know what I
Oh,
mean?
it's okay.
Okay. So listen, have a lovely weekend. And guys as well, if you're gonna watch this video on a replay, please like and subscribe to the channel. Like and subscribe, hit the notification button, and do not forget to like and subscribe to Devils United channel as well. That's Macy's channel. Do not forget to do that. Do you know what I mean? Well, tomorrow I'm not sure if I've got a show tomorrow, but I will have a show on Sunday. That'll be the match reaction to the game. I'm not doing a watch long and having a match reaction. So I want to literally sit down and just like watch this game. I don't want to be sort of like having to do a commentary on it. Do you know what I mean? When I enjoy it. So I won't be doing a watch long, but I will be doing sort of like a match reaction a bit later on. So stay tuned for that. Stay tuned to the socials, and I'll let you know what time I'm going to be on. In the meantime, guys, love and respect. It's going to take me a bit of time to actually stop this stream, and then because it's frozen. Do you know what I mean? But like, love and respect, guys. And guys, I'll see you very soon. Peace. We're out.
Bye bye.
Yeah, man, I'm gonna end this now still, yeah, because it froze, so it took me. It was gonna take me a bit of time to actually. Yeah, man, I'm gonna end this now still, yeah, because it froze. Shame. Yeah, but it froze.
Still showing us live.
I know, still because what it was at the day, it froze, didn't it? It froze, so I had to literally restart start my computer. So now I'm officially now gonna end the stream. You know what I mean? But there's a nice picture you got up there. Is that you?
Yeah, it's me.
Go on, Macy, get in there, love. Get in there. That is a lovely picture from Macy, so
It
very
was a
beautiful.
while ago.
It's still a beautiful picture nonetheless. You know what I mean?
Thanks, Rod.
You're very welcome. Mace, love you, and I'll speak to you very soon, yeah? Take care.
See you later.
Bye-bye.